Alrighty. Okay, we're live. Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, yeah, let me go start the room on Clubhouse, okay? I'm starting this one on Instagram earlier because, of course, it takes time to notify everybody to join in. So, y'all coming. How are y'all doing? Hopefully, everyone is doing good. Hopefully, y'all are doing good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are good. It's a cold day. You guys. It's a cold day in Japan. It's been raining all day, practically. It's been raining all day. Goodness me. So I hope that y'all are doing well in your part of the world where you all are. I hope y'all are doing well. It's been raining here all day. It's a very, very cold winter evening. Okay. It's a very cold winter evening. Hello, welcome. Thank you. Someone says great afternoon from Accra. Oh, it's good to see y'all here. Pius, good evening. And on Clubhouse we have C is here, Infinity is here. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, I think we are all set up everywhere. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Let me start with probably the Raffles information before I get to our scholarship for today. I'm excited about our scholarship for today. First, it's a scholarship to Canada, and it's a scholarship that I didn't know about. I actually didn't know about it because I've spoken quite a bit about different scholarships to Canada, but for some weird reason I missed this particular scholarship. I don't think I'm sure we have seen the scholarships, but it was just nice to see it again and see that the deadline is still a bit out, so y'all can still check it out and add it to your list of scholarships. And I was really impressed with how much they are giving, so I'm excited about our scholarship. I'm excited about our scholarship for today, okay? So I'm excited about that. Alrighty, so have y'all checked your names? So I took time out this evening to work out like the first 20 people that we have on the raffles, and I'm excited about you all who watched the video, who dropped your comments, and I was able to pick out like the first 20 people. Not pick out, I was just going in chronological order, like as you dropped the comments, and I went back and I was assigning everybody a name, so a number. So everybody is going to have a number, you guys. I've already released the first 20 people and I've assigned your numbers to it, so please make sure that you remember your number, because the raffle that we are going to do is actually going to be a raffle with numbers. So we are just going to turn the raffle, and then we pick a number. If we pick a number and it's 5 and you are number 5, I'm going to reach out to you. I'll ask for your email address. I'm going to first of all ask for your email address, then I'll reach out to you. I'll ask you for all your transcripts. I'm going to ask you for your transcripts. I'm going to ask you for your highest certificates, all the certificates that you have obtained so far in your studies. And as I said, I'm going to sit down, I'll do a SWOT analysis of your documents, and then after doing that, I'm going to see which scholarships are a better fit for you, which scholarships should you apply for, which scholarships do you have a better chance of applying for, and which ones that if you do some little changes left and right, you can have a good chance of getting the scholarship. Because as I always tell you all, you guys, scholarships are competition. They are competition, and you are going shoulder to shoulder with people from all parts of the world who are also coming up with their best A game. So you also need to come with yours, and you need to make sure that whatever scholarship that you are applying for, it's a scholarship that from the foundation of it, you are a good applicant for that scholarship. Because as I always say, because it is a competition, don't bring a sword, don't bring a sword to a gunfight. You're going to lose. So it is extremely important that we can apply for scholarships that we already from the foundation of it have a good chance of getting the various scholarships. Okay, so y'all join the raffles, everybody. I think from the 20th of December it's a good time to start picking the raffles, such that probably we can draw the first 3 and then maybe draw the second 3, and then maybe on Christmas Day, I'm not too sure. Christmas Day I should spend time with my friends and my family, right? But maybe and I'm sure you all are also going to be spending time with your friends and family. Maybe between the 20th to the 23rd, let's choose one day and then we draw all the raffles, such that I give you all time to go spend time with your family, as well as I also give myself time to go spend time with my friends and family, right? Because that is important. Alrighty, so y'all check it out. If you haven't joined the competition, the raffle drawing, you can still do it. The video is still there. We have not had 100 comments yet. We are at like 70 comments, so very soon we are going to hit that 100 mark, and when we hit that 100 mark, we are going to close it out. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to search for scholarships for the 5 winners. Alrighty, let's get to our scholarship for today. I'm excited about it. So our scholarship for today is a scholarship for international students to Canada. Okay, it's a scholarship for international students to Canada, and it is called the Concordia Presidential Scholarship. Okay, the Concordia Presidential Scholarship. So is there anyone who is considering Canada as a study destination? If you are considering Canada as a study destination, please add this scholarship to your list of scholarships that you can be looking at. It's called the Concordia Presidential Scholarship. So I'll read a bit about it. We are going to look at how much are we going to get, how many I'm sure this is for the raffle. Five winners are going to be selected. Five winners are going to be selected. Okay, alrighty. Okay, so let's get back to our one scholarship a day. So we are going our scholarship for today is the Concordia Presidential Scholarships, and it's this. Let's read a bit about it. We are going to look also at how much are they providing for students, when are the deadlines, when should you apply, how should you think about it if you are going to be applying for it. Okay, so our Concordia Presidential Scholarship, it's called the Concordia Presidential Scholarship, is the university's most prestigious undergraduate entrance scholarship that supports international students. It's amazing when we are able to find scholarships that are at the undergraduate level. I always tell you all how I struggle. Like, I spend almost every day when I get back home, either from school or from work, searching through like different scholarships. And it's always interesting how sometimes I have to go through tons and tons of scholarships in order to find like undergraduate. So each time I find a scholarship for undergraduates, I'm like, everybody, come in, let's talk about the scholarship that is available. Let's talk about, is this Dio here? Oh wow, all right. Okay, I'll probably invite, I don't know if you have all the time though, but I'll probably like to invite you later on so we can chit chat for a bit. Anywho, so I always say, everybody come, let's talk about undergraduate scholarships. Let's talk about undergraduate scholarships. So it's nice that this is an undergraduate scholarship. Do you all have any high school students, younger ones, friends, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles who are thinking about applying for undergraduate scholarships? If they are, tell them about this scholarship, the Concordia Presidential Scholarship. So it says that each year the university welcomes outstanding students from around the world to study, conduct research, and innovate in our flourishing institution. This award recognizes international students who demonstrate academic excellence. How are your transcripts looking like, everybody? How are your transcripts looking like? You see what they are mentioning here? Academic excellence. So they are going to be looking at those things. They will be looking at, how is your GPA? High school, what is your transcript looking like? Were you a student who had A's and A's, or were you a student who had A's and B's? Okay, so because they are already talking about academic excellence, you know that your scores are going to matter. Your scores are going to matter. Everyone who is going to be choosing this scholarship to apply for, don't come to this scholarship with B's and C's or C's and D's. You're not going to make it. You need to have we are coming to this scholarship A's and A+ students. So look at your transcript. How is it looking like? Okay, that's the first thing to pay attention to. And then the second thing, community leadership. How much of a community person are you? Those are the questions that you all should be. If you are an undergraduate student, and if you are a student hoping to start your undergraduate studies and you're going to be applying for the scholarship, start asking yourself the questions. What are the things I've done for my community? Have I been this person who went out, participated in various cleaning exercises? Did I go out and help some people? Did I go out and, by the way, in my country, sometimes we have this thing where people get out and clean like their streets in front of it. Do not think that that doesn't count as community service. It is community service, okay? And for those that will maybe be applying for this scholarship next year, your job right now, if you have never gone around to do anything outside of your environment, your job is to now start going around, doing some things outside of your environment. Do some things. You can volunteer in some hospital, some whatever, something that is outside of your home, outside of your immediate environment. Do something there such that when you apply for the scholarship next year, you will have something to submit, okay? So that is the second thing. And are motivated to make a difference in the global community. So those are the three things they are looking for: academic excellence, community leadership, and then are motivated to make a difference in the global community. What will you do with these studies that you're going to get? Like if they choose to sponsor your studies, if they choose to give you the scholarship, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be somebody who is interested in doing cancer research, and through your research you'll be able to solve a specific kind of cancer that the world is facing? Or are you going to be this person who would like to bring dialogue in situations where there are conflicts from whatever part of the world you're from, right? So start looking around you. What is the change you can make? And then when you start structuring all of those essays, make sure that you're throwing in those buzzwords. How will you be a member of that global community? Be throwing in those buzzwords, because that is what they are searching for, okay? Alrighty, let's get to the money. Let us get to the money, where the money resides. So scholarship details, it says that this award covers full cost of tuition fees, books, and residence and meal plan fees. The scholarships will be offered for up to 4 years of study, assuming the student maintains renewability requirements, okay? Renewability requirements. So full cost of your tuition, that's going to be paid for. I'm not too sure how much tuition fees are in Canada. You all can ask Dio, who is, for those on Clubhouse, who is there under the others in the room. You all can ask Dio. He'll know how much tuition fees are in Canadian universities. But they are going to be paying for all your tuition. They are going to be paying for your books. They are going to be paying for your residence fees and your meal plan fees, which means that they haven't mentioned like flight fee to Canada, which means that if you're going to have to get the scholarship, you'll have to provide that for yourself. So can we call this a fully funded scholarship? Maybe not really, but it leans in that direction, because they are practically taking care of almost everything. They did mention, they said accommodation, residence, that's accommodation. So they are really covering a good chunk of whatever it is that you're going to be required to study, okay? Eligibility, let's get to the part where it gets interesting and many of us get eliminated, okay? So it says that students applying to university for the first time in their first undergraduate degree program can apply for this scholarship, okay? So you're eligible if it is your first time applying to the University of Concordia, okay? You'll be studying as a full-time student for your degree program. If you'll be studying there as full-time, you can apply for the scholarship. And also, you are an international student who will be paying the international tuition fee rate. So they want you all to register as an international student who is of like that fee paying status. Then they are now going to offset it, okay? They are now going to offset that. And also, we'll be starting studies at Concordia University in the fall of 2022. So that is when, that is October, November next year. That is the fall of next year. So if y'all get through the process of applying for it, y'all go through everything, maybe you can be in Concordia University. This is actually in Quebec. This is in Quebec in Canada, you guys. And then have applied for admission, paid the application fee, obtained a Concordia student ID number. So you need to go through that application process first, okay, you guys? You need to go through that application process. When you go through that, and then you can apply for the scholarship, and then you're good to go. Alrighty, let's get to the dates. They say Students are actually going to be nominated, and the deadline is between 1st of November 2021 and 12th of January 2022. 12th of January 2022. So you still kind of have some time, you guys. This is December 8th. Today is December 8th, so you still kind of have some time if you are going to be applying for the scholarship. So y'all already know the rules. I'm going to tweet out the link to the scholarship because you need the link to apply to the scholarship, right? Else, how are you going to apply if you do not have the link? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tweet out the link to the scholarship. Those who are on Twitter, y'all are good because all you need to just do is refresh my page and you're going to find the link to the scholarship. Those that are on Instagram and those on Clubhouse, please do well to check out my Twitter feed. You're going to find the link to the scholarship there. If you do not follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter such that you can find the link to the scholarship. You need it in order to apply for it, okay? And I'm also going to take a screenshot of the official page of the scholarship and I'll put it in my Instagram stories such that y'all can double check to make sure that you are on the right page. This is a good time, now that I'm about to tweet out the link to the scholarship, this is a good time for those on Clubhouse. If you want to speak, please feel free to raise your hand. I'll bring you up on stage. We can chit chat for a bit. And those on Twitter Spaces, you can request the mic. That's how it's called, right? And then those on Instagram, please put a comment in the comment section if you have any question. If you have any question, put a comment in the comment section, then I can answer your question. But for now, let me go ahead and tweet out the link to the scholarship. Daya, I think you should let me try to invite you up. You should come up and tell the people what you do in the scholarship space, okay? I've sent you an invite so you can come up and tell the people what you do in the scholarship space while I tweet out the link to this to the scholarship. So y'all, I'll be tweeting out the link to the scholarship right now while Dio is speaking, and then I am going to get to y'all in a bit. Dio, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so I just saw your stuff and I said, okay, let me come in and chime in one or two stuff. I don't know the number, I don't know the persons that are here, I don't know what caliber of people are here, but I just want to let everyone know that you can get a fully funded scholarship. I am a PhD student in Concordia University, where she just mentioned now, Quebec, but I'm in Montreal. Montreal is the town of Quebec. So I just want to let you know that basically I talked about postgraduate scholarship, undergrad. So I don't usually really talk about more on the ground, but most likely on postgraduate scholarship. I talk about the personal statement, how to send emails to professors, how to get scholarship for your postgraduate, for their PhD, for a master's, for a postgraduate diploma program. That's usually my first thing. My Twitter handle, if you check my profile, you see my Twitter handle and my Instagram handle. I'm always active on Twitter almost every time, where I tweet about admissions, about scholarship, about all of those things. Well, I just want to advise everyone, I don't know, your current state. If you have questions, I like to answer people's questions when it comes to admission, scholarship, and all of that. I don't know if you have questions to ask. Otherwise, I would have just let you know that you can get a scholarship. I got a scholarship master's, and then from my master's program, I finished, and then I went to my from postgraduate for PhD. I'm presently in a fully funded scholarship, Concordia University. I'm studying electrical and electronics engineering. So that's basically what I do. And I usually have a YouTube channel too. On my YouTube channel, I talk about admissions, I talk about scholarship, I talk about all of that. So basically, that's just what I do. If anyone has questions, you can request to come on the speakers list so that you can ask your question, I can answer before I continue what I'm doing.
All right, thank you so much. Dio is actually a wealth of resource. I mean, the thing is, when you are in this scholarship space and you go around, you meet people who are a wealth of information in the space, okay? So y'all, those that are on Clubhouse, y'all just follow Dio, ask him questions. I know some of you are considering Canada as study destinations. If you have questions about Canada, please do well to speak to him, and he's going to be ready, willing, and able to answer your questions. All right, so those on Clubhouse, feel free to raise your hand, come up on stage. You can chit chat with Dio while he's here. And then someone on on Twitter has a question. Please, I've given you the mic, so please unmute yourself and you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking it. So I was on Instagram, but then I left the program on here.
Sure.
So my question is it always advisable to go the extra mile, pay the application fees for education? Let's say for a person who's applying to about 10 schools, and all these things are requesting for application fees before they process your application. Would you advise the person to go ahead and pay the application fees for all 10 schools, or he or she to be selected in which school to apply to and in which school not to apply to?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question, and I would like to get Dio's perspective with reference to this. This is how I think about it. From my perspective, when I was applying for my scholarships, you all have probably already gone through my profile, so you know the scholarships that I've gotten thus far. My parents couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford it. Even just normal application fees for different universities, they couldn't afford it. I've told you all several times, you guys, when I started applying for scholarships, I couldn't even afford enough internet to just go to pay enough internet to go back and forth and check for scholarships. And what I did was, okay, how do I find a way around this? I applied for a job at a cyber cafe. And I was working, and my idea was, okay, I'm going to go as if I want to work here. Of course, I worked there. I did my job. But now it grants me access to the internet. And in getting access to constant internet, I had a chance to be able to check for as many scholarships as possible. And in checking for the many scholarships, I did not apply for scholarships where I had to pay application fees, because God knows I wouldn't have been able to pay for it. So what I did was that I applied for scholarships that already provided, and I applied for scholarships that already had the funding tied to it. For example, look through, you see the various scholarships that I have. I got the Japanese government scholarship, which is the MEC scholarship. It's a fully funded scholarship. Everything is paid for. Everything, like from the flight right down to everything is paid for. Why did I do that? I did not have to pay application fee. I went to the scholarship opens up. You go to the Japanese embassy, in your local embassy, wherever you all are located. They give you the information. They give you the documents that that you need to apply for the scholarship. And I went through the procedure step by step. I thought carefully about, all right, how do I position myself as a good applicant for this scholarship? And I did this SWOT analysis. I did it, went with my strengths, applied for the scholarship. They never asked for any application fee, and that was it. And I was able to get it. That was the one that I got. I applied for so many others, but I always chose scholarships that already came tied with the application process. And if you check, for example, different scholarships that are provided by government, you see that many scholarships provided by government do not ask you for these application fees. Scholarships that mostly ask you for application fees are scholarships tied to universities, because you have to go through the university's admission process. And normally for all universities, the admission process starts with you paying application fee. For universities in Japan, it goes right up to about $300 for different universities that you're paying for. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So that is my perspective with reference to it. I say go for those scholarships that are already tied to different kinds of funding, where everything is paid for, but also you do not have to go through the university. Japanese government scholarship. I don't know if everyone checked out that video where I talked about fully funded scholarships for 2022. You have the fully funded Japanese government scholarship, Swiss government scholarship, Turkish government scholarship, Hungarian government scholarship, all Indonesian government scholarship. All of these scholarships that are provided by governments. The idea of what governments are trying to do is they are trying to build soft power between nations. And when they are able to train nationals from other nations, they believe that you have a soft spot in your heart for their country. And when you go out there and become a big person, you always have that you understand their culture, you understand the people, and you somehow have some kind of a soft spot for them. So that is my perspective with reference to the question of application fees and which scholarships to apply for. Dayo, if you have something else to say, please go ahead.
Okay, so this person that asked this question, the truth is this: if you want a fully funded scholarship, you have to pay something. Nothing is free in this life. It's either you pay with your money or you pay with your time. So if you know that you don't have application fee, that you have issues with application fee, then just tell yourself that you need to do something extra. You need to do the extra mile. You need to do extra work. You need to improve yourself. The question is this: why should a scholarship body give you scholarship for free when your application package is not competitive enough? If you are looking for a scholarship that does not require application fee, that is almost free, I got fully funded scholarship from the Saudi government, from Nigeria. I'm a Christian, not a Muslim, but I got fully funded scholarship from them from Nigeria. So that's to tell you that they are not even biased. They looked at my application profile. My application profile was very good. I mean, I graduated with a first class, had very good work experience. I wrote a very good motivation letter, and I got MSc fully funded scholarship. I didn't pay one dime. My visa was sent to me from the Saudi Arabia to Abuja in Nigeria, and I went there to pick it up. I had no application fee. The flight was paid. They are giving me stipend. Even when we finished, they even gave us a flight ticket back home. You can come on once in a year. Everything is almost free. So, but those kinds of scholarships are usually very, very competitive. Out of thousands of scholarships, very few were chosen. So the question is this: if you know, this is what I tell people, for people in your shoes who ask this kind of questions from me. If you are looking for a scholarship that will not require that you pay application fee, then go and tighten up your profile. Make sure that you are the best of the best of the best of the best. Because those kinds of scholarships, thousands of people will apply, and they're going to pick very small. And so the question is this: what is the probability that you are going to apply for a lot of these scholarships and you're going to get picked? Ask your question, honest questions. Do you have the work experience? If you don't have, do you have research experience? Do you have the volunteering experience? Do you have other experiences that will make people say, okay, I think we need this guy? For example, Swedish government scholarship is on now. I know that you're going to pay some application fee, pay some stuff. But once you get that scholarship is very sweet. They're going to pay you. But it's very competitive because you need a lot of work experience, volunteering experience, and research experience to get that scholarship. I tweeted it if you follow me on Twitter, and I explained it. In fact, on my YouTube channel, it's also there too. I'm even planning to invite so soon to my YouTube channel to talk about all of these things. So my summary is this: I don't like to talk too much. Let me just summarize it for you so that you take this summary home. If you know you don't have the money to apply for scholarship, go and tighten up your profile. If you know that you don't have enough profile that is competitive, then go for professor scholarships that are based on US, Canada, sending emails to professors, getting professors' consent, and then you cannot get scholarship. Those kind of scholarship are usually assisted by the professors of schools, and those ones are not too competitive, but they are very, 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 very. It requires your sense, your wisdom, in that you need to know exactly what to write. You need to know exactly the professors to apply to. But the advantage is this: if you know that your profile is not competitive enough, those are the route. And I've always said that every time. Because I'm a Nigerian, and I believe that an average Nigerian, and in general, an average African, does not have a competitive score or a competitive profile. So I always advise them, go and look for, yes, there's also a fee. You can get application fee waiver in mostly US. In Canada, no, forget it. There's no application waiver. They don't joke with the application fee. If you don't have it, just let it go. So go to universities in US. US has the headquarters of scholarship. However, before you can get it too, it's not all that easy, but it's not as difficult as compared to all this public scholarship that she talked about. I hope I answered your questions. If you want to know more, I mean, there's a lot. Just go to my Twitter and I wrote more than 60 pinned tweets on my profile that talks about scholarship. If you sit down with it 1 month, you will get everything about scholarship. Go to my YouTube page and watch enough videos that I've put there. And follow her too. She has a lot. I had to follow her when I visited one of her talk, and I see the way she talks. I say, wow, this lady knows a lot. So that's even why I'm here. Even though I'm having meeting in the next 15-20 minutes, I just have to be here. So these are the things that will help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I definitely second that. You need to know yourself. Know yourself, you guys. How are your transcripts looking like? If your transcripts are not looking the best, probably you should rather gear towards those university professor scholarships. Go to Dio, learn how to code email professors, how to choose which professors, how to send those emails. Definitely go and speak to him, and he's a wealth of resource with reference to that. I am a huge advocate of fully funded scholarship, but I know that the scholarships I advocate for a lot, I go hard for, they are the scholarships that target the top of the top. I had to work my ass out in order to, oh, sorry for cussing. I had to work very hard in order to get it, okay? So, if your results are looking pretty good, if you're still in school, and as I always tell students, you guys, if you are a bachelor student and you see that your transcripts are not looking really good, and you're not being in that range of first class or second class upper, go back and do a master's. Go and do a master's. I know somebody that I counseled. I told her, go and do a master's. She went to the university. She went back to the university. She did a master's. And on her master's, she had second class upper. She applied for the Japanese government scholarship and she got it. She's in Tokyo today. I can bring her on here to tell you all about it. So if you are searching for those fully funded ones, you really have to make sure you put your best foot forward and you're the best candidate for it. Anywho, we have gone above our time. You all know that I like to keep one scholarship a day short and sweet. If you have questions, I see some questions on Instagram. I'm not going to get into them because one scholarship a day, I always put it maximum 30 minutes. I like it to be 15 minutes. We talk about the scholarship, but it happens that we had questions today, so we had to extend a bit. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Everybody, there is a raffle draw going on right now. I have a video for those on everywhere. Check the link in my bio. Check the link in my bio on Instagram. You're going to find the link to the video. It's a video titled 50 plus fully funded scholarships for 2022. It gives you a calendar of fully funded scholarships for 2022, because when you take that calendar and you start prepping for all of these scholarships, you already know what is needed, when it's going to open up, when those deadlines are going to be, what is required. Then you can start thinking about, okay, how do I think strategically? What do I need? Who do I need to speak to get all my documents ready to apply for it? Because as I told you all, to get this fully funded scholarships, you really need to strategize, okay? So the raffle is going on now. Go watch the video. When you watch the video, drop a comment. I sent out the names of the first 20 people who are going to join the raffle, and as the days go by, it's the first 100 comments. We are now at about 70 comments. So when we get 100 comments, we are going to stop it, and then we are going to do the raffle draw probably by the 20th. We're going to do the raffle draw, and I'm going to pick 5 winners. For all of these 5 winners, I'm going to ask you all, I'll reach out to you all asking for your certificates, your transcripts. You send all of those things to me. I'll sit with them. I'll do a SWOT analysis of all of them, and then I'm going to see this student, what is the best approach for this student? Which scholarships are a good idea? What should you do? I provide like a whole consultation of what should you do. If you are going to be applying for scholarships, which ones should you apply for? If you are not a good scholarship candidate, what is the next thing that you should do? So I'm going to do that. You all go on YouTube, drop those comments there, drop those comments there. And then I've announced the first 20 in the raffle today. Shaheen, I see you in the audience on Clubhouse. I see you I don't know, probably number 15 in the raffle. And then some other people, yes, I know someone who is probably like number 18 in the raffle, also someone from Ghana who is number 18. So y'all go. I'm going to give out all of these numbers, and when we get to 100, we'll be done. We're going to pull the raffle here on Instagram so everyone can see, to make sure it's transparent. The 5 students, I'm going to work with you all to make sure that y'all can get the best out of whatever scholarships that y'all are going to be applying for. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you guys so much. I hope that y'all take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Now that it's this Christmas season, I'm going in and back and forth. Some days I can come on, some other days I can't come on. It's so cold. Everything, like end of the year things are also happening. So I hope that I can come on tomorrow. Thank you so much, Dayo, for being here. Everybody, please follow Dayo. Please follow Dayo. Everyone here, follow Dayo and send him your questions about studying abroad and everything. Follow him on Twitter too. Check his Twitter feed. He has like many pinned tweets about good information that we all need as we apply for the scholarships. Because although I do not need a scholarship, I've gone through everything, I still count myself as someone who is searching for it. So I still call myself someone constantly searching for scholarships. So I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye, you guys. Bye.